Now, here's the position I'm in. Here's 10,000 whites coming to kill me. And in those 10,000, or let's say here's 10,000 rattlesnakes coming to bite me. And in those 10,000, there was 1,000 that didn't mean no harm. And I knew there was a good 1,000 snakes out there, but they all look alike. Now, what should I do? Should I keep the door open and let the 10,000 in, hoping that the 1,000 will unite and save me and one bite or kill me? Or should I just be safe and shut the door? So we have white people say, I mean right. I have a black husband. Oh, my children are black. I love everybody. I really believe you. But I'm sorry, man, there's 10 more thousand behind you that don't feel that way. I'm just sorry, but what am I going to do?
That was the beautiful King Muhammad Ali, who always spoke truth to power, especially when it came to us and them folks and us watching our backs around them folks. Now, speaking of watching our backs, I was strolling through TikTok and came across Bill Maher questioning the number of black people at the recent, nokings rally that took place a few weeks ago across the nation. Now, many of our folks see Bill as trustworthy or not racist, and that's because Bill is supposedly an independent thinker, and he's said to date predominantly black women. But let's be clear, he is not a stranger to controversy and has been called out by our own community for his antics, and that also includes using the N-word on his show to describe himself. For those who don't know, there were multiple rallies that took place all over the U.S. about 2 weeks ago. Now, them folks called the protests across the country No King rallies, as they stated that the so-called kings in power now live good while everybody else struggles. Now, reports state that at least 7 million people marched across America in protest, with organizers calling it the largest single-day protest against a sitting president in modern history. And the marches were about pushing back against ICE raids, defending democracy, fighting troop deployments, and resisting immigration cuts. The broader message was about corruption and inequality, the rising cost of living, and protesters state they were demanding change, better pay, justice, and accountability from the current leaders. Now, on paper, that sounds powerful. Millions of people standing up, taken to the streets trying to shake the system. Now, it would have actually been powerful if FBA got involved. But we resting. And that brings us to Bill Maher.
Here's a question that I did not realize until it hit the news a lot, was that it was very white. What do you make of that? That the guy in Baltimore, the paper there said, we struggled our photographer to find a picture of black people in this march. I'm okay with that. I didn't go, and I feel like, well, you talk.
Well, we had a meeting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, I got a feeling Bill may know why FBA wasn't out there if he made it a point to mention that we were not there. He noticed it just like many of the others. You didn't see FBA out there because many FBA are resting. And we're letting you hold your own. Outside of these bland dances and parade vibes, those issues, ICE raids, defending democracy, immigration cuts, have nothing to do with freedmen. And we have been mentioning equality and unfair treatment for centuries. We cannot relate to that agenda. And not only that, we're tired of being the mule for everybody else while they come up and we don't. Any of us have watched the people that we vote for most of the time bring in undocumented folks and provide food, housing, shelter, clothing, and job training and more. While black people who they expect to vote for them have some of the highest levels of poverty, health disparities, joblessness, and more. We done watched the Asians and other groups get a hate crime bill or placed in a protective class when we have been experiencing hate crimes forever. FBA wasn't out there in large numbers because of this. Even in the cities like Atlanta, where our presence is strong, we still not here for no more symbolism. And the boule crowd talking down to us won't change that. First of all, you can't even talk down to people who you need. You need us to vote for you. So until you grasp concepts like that, and that many FBA made it clear that we're focused on cash reparations, cash, a hate crime bill, and other targeted policies that correct the harms that our lineage have faced, we not trying to hear it. Now, you may get a few of us sprinkled in, but many of us are sitting it out, and there's not enough insults or you labeling us as MAGA that's going to change that. Don't come over here with symbolism, and you're going to show us the same respect that you give all these other groups. No more of FBA doing the heavy lifting, becoming the face and the backbone of your movements and the things that you want, yet the benefits always go to you or someone else. That happened during the civil rights movement, women's rights movement, and so forth. Even these illegals and many of these other immigrants, not all, come here because of us. They got the nerve to tell us about ourselves or how lazy we are. So that's fine. We'll be lazy. We so lazy that we're not coming out there in them streets to put the cape on for you and protest for the things that you want. We're not looking over our shoulder for the ICE van. We're not looking over our shoulder because we voted a person in who has harmed us.
White women saw their men in trouble. And like all female animals, anytime the male gets in trouble, the female attacks. That is a law of nature. A law of nature. If you don't believe it, we can prove it in a zoo anytime you want to. Now, what happened, white women came out and captured our women and convinced us that white women were not as racist as white men. And convinced us, or convinced our women, that they would place them above their husbands, their brothers, their lovers, their children, their sons, and we were. Then the white gays came out and convinced our gays it was a gay struggle. And stole our gays, Okay? White students came out and grabbed our black students, said it was a student struggle, and wiped out our black students. And all of a sudden, we up to wondering, where's the fight?
Tell them, King Bobby Wright. Now y'all can keep burning up your Saturday, having a parade, whining about a man many of you voted in office who is now hitting you with the same policies that have been affecting us for centuries. You didn't show up for us and denied us things that we are entitled to, and you expect us to get out there and put the cape on for you? No. No. We're not doing that. And also, your protests are rooted in privilege. It's nothing but privilege. Ours were born out of survival.
What are you out here protesting today?
It's not funny.
No, I'm serious. What are you guys out here protesting today?
Seriously, it's not funny. None of it's funny. It's not funny. Everything that's going on right now is not amusing. It's our government. We're the people. It's our Constitution. We're here to fight for our democracy.
I respect that. I'm just trying to get educated. I didn't know you guys were out here protesting today.
Well, do you read any signs here?
I mean, I do.
What's not to understand?
I don't know what that means.
People should not be afraid of their government. The government should not be afraid of the people. They're eating the check. They're eating the balances. We have three prongs of government: the Congress, the Justice, and the Executive Branch. Three branches on the tree. Three branches on the tree.
3 branches. What's your dog's name?
Rocco.
Hey, Rocco.
It's not a party. It's not funny.
I didn't think it was funny, but you're wearing a clown outfit, so I thought it was kind of funny. I thought I was supposed to laugh. You were wearing a clown outfit.
It's not funny.
Lynching, segregation, stolen wealth. We wanted to be treated like the citizens we are. That's why when we march, it carries a lot of weight. I mean, Trump's still in office, and he trolling y'all. The government is still shut down. So I'm confused as to what you accomplished. Live with the consequences of your vote. See, it was okay when you thought it was going to affect us. Nobody had nothing to say. Now look at you. My mama used to say, be careful how you treat people because you may be subject to need them. Or be careful about digging a grave or a hole for someone else. You just might fall into it. The police weren't even out there harassing you during your parade. Not nearly. And I mean not nearly as what they would have done had it been us. Nobody called you all agitators. Nobody labeled you all as troublemakers. But when we protest about something that is affecting our community or an injustice, suddenly we're the criminals. We're the ones disturbing the peace. We're the rioters and the looters. Why not enjoy your peaceful protests with your 7 million people?
So what brings you out today?
No King's Day.
And why specifically are you out supporting No King's Day?
I think protest is important.
Why are you protesting?
How much time do you have?
A couple minutes. And what's the main reason you're out here protesting President Trump?
I agree with a lot of the decisions that are being made.
Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
Okay, so I would start with,
Lord have mercy. On that note, one more thing, y'all. They noted photographers had to struggle to find black people at the parade. Yes, I said parade. Now, hold up. If you got 7 million people out there across the country and you're so proud of your parade and you're protesting the injustices, why are you looking for FBA? Because we're definitely not looking for you. I mean, tell me in the comments, guys. Anybody ever thought about that? Like, why are they so pressed about our absence? Aren't we the ones that are usually the looters, troublemakers, disturbing the peace? All those words they love to throw around when it comes to us. Why would you want that type of people at your peaceful protests? When it was us, nobody cared. And you're going to deal with it the same way we've dealt with not having anything we were supposed to have and not always getting our way as well for centuries. Trump has not even been in office for a year. And many of these other groups are losing it. I mean, coming apart. Family, tell me if you've noticed. So when Bill asked, where are the black folks? He already knew the answer, just like the rest of them. Many of us are moving smarter now, like our ancestors did. We're watching and thinking because history taught us what happens when we ignore the signs or when we put the cape on for everybody else before we do anything for ourselves. Many of us are not going out there just to be blamed if something goes wrong or locked up while you've been out here protesting for months and many of y'all are still alive and in these streets and not many of you all have been arrested. We're not fighting in these streets for causes that don't benefit us no more or allowing you to easily use our pain to boost your own agendas. Now, until there's real talk about reparations, not a study, not another educational plan, but targeted reparations for black Americans, many of us are not going in them streets. And I'm also not voting for anybody who don't have my best interest at heart. If you want our vote, you want our alliance that you've been denying for centuries, give us a reason to get off the couch. To use our gas and our energy to stand behind you. Like Dr. Claude Anderson said, it's all about quid pro quo, baby. Now go ahead and make all the fake narratives and AI photos and videos you want. I mean, isn't that what y'all doing with the food stamp cuts? Using our faces when in reality, it's you who get the most government assistance. And it was actually developed for people like you. Now, Freedmen family, chime in below. What do you think? Would you have gone to the protest? Or did you go? Or do you think Bill was gaslighting like they always do? You know, they love to play dumb and act confused. Let me know in the comments, guys. How do you feel about this? And remember, it's not what we say. It's just how we say it. We're all different and entitled to our opinions. Now, one more thing before I go. If them folks really want to learn how to protest, not for privilege, but to actually make a difference, or to have a protest that's effective, that won't get them clowned or trolled or have us looking sideways, they can always study Operation Breadbasket. Oh, trust me, Freedmen did that. Most people know Dr. King for his speeches and his marches, but few know about one of the most powerful economic strategies known as Operation Breadbasket. Now, this wasn't just about civil rights and words. This was about money and morals. Now, Operation Breadbasket was created in the early 1960s under Dr. King's Southern Christian Leadership Conference in Atlanta, and it was later led by Jesse Jackson. Now, it was built on one simple idea. If a business profits from the black community, then that business should hire black workers, promote black talent, and buy from black-owned companies. Pretty much, we should be benefiting. This is the Dr. King they don't talk about much. Like now, Black Americans, or FBA, were spending billions of dollars every year in white-owned establishments, yet those same businesses refused to hire us, mistreated us, and didn't even want us in their stores like that. Now, we were feeding an economy that completely shut us out. That's not just disrespectful, that's theft. And we were allowing it, and Dr. King saw this. So Operation Breadbasket flipped the script. It organized boycotts. The message was clear. If you don't respect our presence, you won't get our dollars. If you want our money, you must invest back into our people. That pressure that black folks put on them actually worked. When the community pulled its money together and stood firm, those same white-owned businesses folded real fast. Jobs opened, contracts were awarded, promotions happened, millions of dollars went back into black hands, not just out of charity, but out of justice. Let's be real. Those white-owned companies didn't suddenly start loving black people. They just had no choice but to publicly respect the power of the black dollar. And that's what mattered. We didn't beg to be liked. We demanded to be treated fairly as citizens who helped build the country. Now, at its height, Operation Breadbasket brought unity and pride to cities all across the U.S. like Chicago, Atlanta, Cleveland, and it proved that when we move together, we can shake the system, much like now. Fast forward today, and our spending power is in the trillions. Trillions. And that same leverage from back then can still be handled now. No more broken promises. You don't have to like us, but that green matters. Even a single day or a week of economic withdrawal could remind this nation just how powerful FBA are when we move with purpose. Now, Operation Breadbasket was not just a protest. It was a lesson to them folks, one they could use again now.